All right, it is Friday morning. We're getting right after it here. Jason's getting going on his wheel hub here. He's going to start dismantling that so that we can get to the spindle, steering axle, whatever the heck you want to call it there. So he's working on that, and I've got a cylinder. Now you can see the oil mess on the floor here. I've got a cylinder that we've had trouble with before. I've got to pull this cylinder apart, and I've got to replace the O-ring in this behind this gland nut, and replace the packing and whatever like that in there. So I've got to get after this, and we also have an O-ring on one of the valves that is leaking, and we've got to get the skid plate pulled off that's underneath the valve body, clean that area out. As you can see, there's some oil dripping on the floor there, and we're going to get that taken care of. Now I have the steering cylinder to this forklift is that new way, and I'm hoping to get that back from them today. They had to re-chrome it. And I've also got the lock cylinder that is that goes to the 9410. I've got to get a kit for that. I've got the kit for the cylinder here, but if I have any more troubles with this cylinder, I'm hoping to get this out and back in. And if I need to get anything more for it, I can get that while I'm out to New Way today to get this steer cylinder for this. So we're going to get after things here, and Jay's got his wheel off in there, and he's going to start taking the hub off. James is here.
Junk.
James is here.
Junk.
What's wrong with it?
It just keeps coming right out the side.
All right. So it's not that it's junk.
Well, I know they're rebuildable. But
oh, okay. Now, it doesn't work the way it's supposed to. We can't throw it away.
I understand.
When you don't work the way you're supposed to, we don't throw you away. All right, so that's good to know. We're gonna we've got a rebuild kit that I could put into this. So use the other grease gun for now.
That is.
And that must have went to the field. So let me get a rebuild kit in that while you're waiting for me to get that rebuild kit in there, because we can document all that. You can get a couple of light bulbs in that payloader. So I'll run up, push sand in, I'll get that going, then I'm going to start ripping that cylinder apart. Okay, we are underway here. I went to push a load of sand in, and I didn't get this on video when Jason took this hub off, but this truck had been sitting for a few years, but that would have been a brake fire. There was a mouse nest in there. So, Price's drum's in good shape too, brake wise, so, oh, you did say that, yeah. Well, we could put this, well, yeah, we'll put this right on there. So, yeah.
No brakes on this one. Up front? Will we take them off or something?
We must have taken them off, I bet, when we switched these hubs around. See, these hubs here were on truck 15 when we bought it. That's why they're that gray color. And this 2004, this truck that this axle come out from underneath, it had the 10-bolt hub pilot wheel, so we switched the Dayton's off truck 15 and switched them with the hub. So that's probably why we were able to get a, that's actually, we wouldn't have had a fire because there wasn't any shoes in there. So, but we cleaned the shoes off and we swapped the hubs just so that we wouldn't have to put them parts in and out of there. So the drum's on and off in there. So, yeah. All right, we got the cylinder undone. Battery fell out of the camera, so I don't know how much we've got recorded here. Let me get this out in the open. I gotta have Joe hold on to it with a bar. And try to leave that bottom hose on there. I'll give you a bar so I can loosen that gland nut up. I couldn't get it while it was in the loader. If you want to jump right over the top of that, and if you want to stick that horizontally, you can. Might allow us to turn it this way or that way. I get that chain wrench on there, get this gland nut undone, pull the barrel out, pull the rod out of the barrel, and all I gotta do is replace the O-ring. So that's that. Now it's gonna start dropping a bunch of oil. Alright, now I can do the rest of this with the spanner wrench that I've got. O-rings right there. It's the smaller one. O-ring doesn't look bad. That oil can kind of go in that catch pail. I'm going to have some of that this way too, so if you don't lose much and I lose more, just move that pail. Alright, there's our problem right there. Boom. Alright, so if you can hold that, just dump it. So, alright, I'm going to roll this over to the bench and we will revisit with the camera. Yeah, buddy. Okay, this doesn't seem to be too awful bad, really. I've got it in the vise. I thought I'd have to pull this nut right off in there, but that doesn't seem to be the case here. But for some reason, this is all mashed in here. I don't know why that is. This acts as though this rod is bottoming out in the barrel here.
Hey, that's not good.
No. So we have some investigating to do here. I don't remember what went on here, but this is all mashed and just beat right up. This must be hitting the bottom of the barrel. So we're going to pull this piston off of here. This is the piston part. This is what does all the work to the inside the cylinder. Evidently we do have a problem here with the wiper seal and the O-ring that goes on the cylinder. I mean, that's obviously bad there, and we can just easily enough, you know, do that. But yeah, I don't know what's mashing there, so we're gonna have to look down in that barrel here in a second. Alright, what we have going on, I don't know if we're going to be able to see in there with the camera, but it is whacking the bottom of the barrel right there. So we've got to do something to keep that from doing that, because what it's doing is it's sending small fragments of metal back up through the O-ring, and it's eating the O-rings out. So we've had a lot of trouble with this bucket. The design is not quite there, but what we're going to have to do to keep that from smashing back, we're going to have to build up these blocks right here, just so that that bucket can't come down and travel back down any further than that. So this is a custom made cylinder that they're making for this unit, and they have made that a little too long. it's causing that to smash itself. So, I mean, that's evident right there. We're smashing hard. So, I'm just going to replace these O-rings. We're going to slap that back together. Ouch! Oh, you son of a gun, you. That's not good.
What are you doing?
I peeled all the frickin' threads right off here. This has mashed itself so much that the nut ended up getting pushed up on the thread, so it wrecked these end threads here. And this piston is threaded on to this cylinder, and I don't think I could spin that off without wrecking the threads on this piston. So I need to be able to stretch this O-ring, which I'm going to have to put it in hot water or something. I've got to stretch it over the top of that piston to get it onto there. And what I worry about, if I end up taking this off, I'm thinking that I'm going to end up ruining the thread. So I got an idea of doing here. Just putting this guy in hot water, stretching it to get it to go over the piston to get it up on the gland nut, or the top cap of the cylinder here. And then what I can do is just run this nut on and weld it. The only other option I have is to maybe cut this off with the grinder, and because I've still got enough area to nut that back on, and then just weld this nut, pull this nylon off of here and weld it. So I'm going to try hot water first, and I don't want to weld this unless I have to. So alright, we're going to leave this alone. That nut ended up going right back on there, so we can set this cylinder back in the barrel and put it back together. We do have to put some stops on there, so I'll wipe some grease on this and we're going to put it back together. Alright, let's try this again maybe. Yep. And now all right, we have The cylinder is pinned in the bottom. We just got to finagle things around to get that pin in there. Then we'll take and curl the bucket back some. It brings this barrel up out of there. I can tighten that with a chain wrench. And then what I'm going to do is cut little squares to set on here. You can see they're mashed down probably just the distance that we need to be up by. We'll maybe slap a 3/8 pad on here. And then these hooks up on the top are wore to where it saddles down. So that's the next order of business. So we've got to get the pin in, tighten that cylinder up, and then weld our scabs on. So we're going to turn you guys off for now. Alright, we've kind of been paying attention to what we've been doing. We really haven't been paying attention to Jay here at all, but he's just about got this right ready to fall apart here. So will that Kingpin move? Or you're taking the tie rods out?
Tie rods out right now. I'm doing the arm and then pull this too.
Okay. Alright, we got 3 pieces cut. We're going to set them up on top. Alright, curl that back, Joe. Okay, hold up. Put it down. Oh. Okay, we've got the pieces. We got one more piece of stud in there actually. Alright, bring it right back. That back all the way. Okay, you can shut it off. Do you know how to neutralize that? Shut it off. Turn the green button on once. Hold the hydraulic button on. It'll be a red button.
Power lock one right there.
Hold that one on, and then rock the other lever.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's how you neutralize it. Alright, so we can get, we can let Jay take this loader out of here. Alright, we got these shims all on there, just so that that bucket can't come back too far and smash that cylinder. So, we'll weld these up quick, and we'll get on with the next order of business here. Alright, we've got the welding done on these stops. Again, these are just 3/8 pieces of plate to keep that bucket from coming back any farther, so as that we can keep these cylinders from collapsing completely. Now you can't quite, maybe we can see in there, but they're just about collapsed now and back all the way. And what has happened is it allows that cylinder to close up too far. So with those stops on there, hopefully that'll keep that from smashing that cylinder. So we're going to go back over onto this axle here. Jay is off doing other stuff now. He's got this all tore apart. All we need to do now is get this Kingpin out. So I'm going to heat up this axle beam right here with this large rosebud. And then we're going to drive that pin out. And the part that we are after is this part right here. So I'm going to get that out, and then I have to see if I can find a set of Kingpins and bushing somewhere. The one thing I worry about is this lower bushing right here. That's actually junk right now. It's blown out on the back side. So that is a bearing wear plate there. So we're going to heat that up, pound that pin out. Oh, maybe the big hammer will work on it now. There. So that's out of there. Now I got my pipe wedged in there. So the Kingpin's out. We'll let that cool for a while. Actually, better not leave that on the floor too long here. Yeah, that's gonna crack the floor. Get that picked up. Alright. Alright. We got that thrown out in the snow, out into the mud puddle out there. There we go. Alright. So that's that. Now, I'm going to call for parts now. All I'm going to need is a Kingpin, which is the pin that goes down through that beam there, and the bearing that runs on the bottom and the top. So I'm going to see if I can locate one of them today so that we can get that steering hub on that truck there. So throw a new set of bearings in and whatnot. So alright, we're just leaving the shop now. Allied Spring has a set of them Kingpins in stock. We're gonna go get those. I've got to get a set of recap tires. And I gotta get some brake shoes, and I've got to go to Casanova Equipment, and we got to go over a few things on the combine. So I've got to run from East Syracuse to Cas, and it's just about 1 o'clock now, and that's probably gonna freaking kill the day here. But It is Friday afternoon. The day is probably shot, but gotta do this kind of thing sometimes too, though. So we're gonna head into Syracuse, hit a couple of parts places, and shoot the CAS and review a few things on the combine here. So we'll be back at you in a while here.